Oh, August. August, you are looking a little juicy. You are looking a little delicious because some of the shoes on this list, yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. And with the start of the month, I am going to go through 10 shoes that I really, really want. And like always, there's a disclaimer. Sneaker release dates are very fluid. Sneaker dates can change all the time. Some shoes that are going to release in August are not announced yet. You won't see on this list. Some shoes that are supposed to drop in August or rumored to drop in August are going to be pushed back. Blame the sneaker companies, not me. Here we go. Quick 5 seconds of your time. If you liked this video, if you liked any of my past videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. At number 10, it is the Jordan 12 French Blue that is dropping on August 16th for $200. Now this is a Jordan 12 that first dropped in 2004 during Kobe Bryant's sneaker free agency in the 2002-2003 NBA season. He was actually seen wearing this colorway and it perfectly matched his alternate blue Lakers uniform. Very, very nice uniform, by the way. And it did come back also in 2016. And even though I don't absolutely love Jordan 12s and this colorway in particular, I'm not like super excited about. I wanted like a nice round number for this list. So this is number 10. And I do know a lot of people are looking forward to this colorway coming back. And it is a pretty simple and clean, nice, sophisticated looking Jordan 12. And this shoe features the usual Jordan 12 setup. So just leather on the base layer, with the faux lizard skin on the mudguard, as well as that Jordan tab with the 2-3 running down the tongue with that Jordan 12 tag on the booty of the shoe. There's not much else to it. Like I said, very simple, but a lot of times simple is good. And at number 9, it is the Whittaker Group New Balance 998 Willful Bias for Education that is dropping on August 7th for $220. Now the Whittaker Group, if you didn't know, it essentially includes Alma Mater, Social Status, APB, Jade. That is a woman's exclusive online store, and this shoe specifically is actually dropping on August 7th first on Jade, and then at Alma Mater and globally on August 8th. Now there's also actually another shoe as part of this collection, the 990 V4s. I don't really like that shoe much at all, and the New Balance 998s are one of the New Balances that I actually tend to like or gravitate towards more. Same with the New Balance 550s. And this shoe features a jade green colorway with suede on the overlays. It looks very, very nice, and it's a made in USA New Balance, so you can expect, I can't remember the exact number, but 70% of the materials are domestically produced. And there's a whole short film that goes with the release of this collection, and the mood of it is inspired by black classics like Drumline, Dope, Poetic Justice. And this short film features like a young college kid who seems to be like one of those dudes who is always the center of attention, so basically the opposite of me in college, and he meets a girl whose confidence really matches his, even maybe more so. So he's kind of thrown off guard, and she basically kind of brings him down to earth. So yeah, if you're interested, go on to Jade's website and you'll see the short film there. And I just really like the colorways of the shoe. I'll be honest, I'm not like a huge New Balance guy. I never have been, didn't grow up with really loving that brand. And just because it's like super popular and hot now, doesn't mean I'm going to change my mind. It's just I gravitate towards things that I couldn't get when I was a kid. So that's Nikes and Jordans majority of the time. But this 998 looks very nice. And at number 8, it is the Anta Kai 1 Chief Hella Crown Jewel that is dropping on August 2nd for $125. Now, even though the Anta Kai 2 is already out, this is still the first signature shoe for Kyrie Irving with Anta. He used to be with Nike, he dropped some very nice shoes with Nike, but arguably his work with Anta is just as good. And this one in particular, again, draws inspiration to his Lakota Native American heritage through his mother. So Chief Hella actually means little mountain, and that was given to him by the Lakota tribe. I actually reviewed the first Chief Hella colorway, and if you want to know more details in terms of performance and the design details, definitely check out the review. This is a purple colorway that references traditional beads and ceremonial necklaces that are used by tribal chiefs, and you'll see these tassels on the heel that is supposed to capture the mystique of sacred ceremonies. And overall, I think the Kai 1s just look very nice, like as a silhouette. On court, if you play basketball, I think it performs pretty decently as well. It's not like my absolute favorite basketball shoe, but it is very bold, it stands out, and I think this colorway with a special kind of inspiration makes it a very unique shoe. And at number 7, it is the Jordan 1 Shattered Backboard that is dropping on August 23rd for $185. And if you didn't know, the Shattered Backboard was inspired by Michael Jordan shattering the backboard when he played in an exhibition game in Italy back in 1985. He was actually wearing the Chicago Jordan 1s. So this colorway was specifically inspired by the uniform that he was wearing at the time. Now I've actually already recorded my review for this shoe, So that'll drop soon, closer to the release date, so keep an eye out if you want to know more. But overall, this is a retro of the 2015 original Shattered backboards, but with a few differences. So originally, when that shoe first came out, a lot of people really loved like the quality of the materials. I personally never got it in hand, so I can't really comment on that. But a lot of people loved how it was tumbled. But just remember, tumbled leather doesn't always equate to like the best materials. It's just a process of spinning the leather in a drum. It makes the leather softer and it creates that kind of pebble texture. Now this version in 2025 doesn't look to be as tumbled, but I still think the materials are actually pretty nice. And another difference that some people might be upset about is that the orange is slightly darker than the 2015 version. I personally kind of prefer that. I tend to like darker colors, darker shades, and the shape of the heel also is a bit more upright. I prefer that as well. So if you're expecting like an exact replica of the 2015 version, you might be slightly disappointed. If you just look at this shoe in a vacuum, I think you're gonna like it. And at number 6, it is the Nike Ja 3 Max Volume that is dropping on August 15th for $135. Now I have reviewed the Ja 1s and the Ja 2s, and I thought for a play that is that exciting and that electric, I just didn't think Nike came correct with those shoes. Looks wise, they were okay. It just, I don't know, looked kind of cheap. This is clearly a shoe that is meant to be like a more affordable option compared to like LeBron 22s or something, but I think they could have done better. With the Ja 3s though, I think they came correct. It is so unique, it really stands out. You see the Ja logo all over the shoe, and the swoosh actually makes like a J on the medial sides of the shoe. And it also does feature a top layer of Zoom X foam that is layered on top of recycled foam, which is how they actually make this shoe slightly more affordable. If it was all like Zoom X throughout the whole midsole, it would be much more expensive. And you'll see on the outsole, it actually has his number 1 and 2 on each shoe. And one of it says, "Happy Ja is a scary Ja." And the other one says, "I'm not even worried about proving them wrong." And this Max Volume colorway is maybe like the most bold colorway that we've seen to date. The NY vs NY was an all black one. Got those in hand. Might review it. I don't know, not too sure. I just think there's something about the boldness of this that really makes it stand out. I've always said for basketball shoes, like on court, go as bold as you can. I personally don't love wearing colors that are that bright, like off the court, but on court. And at number 5, it is the Foamposite Cough Drop that is dropping on August 15th for $240. This shoe first came in 2007 as well as 2010, and I'm not actually sure this is confirmed to be dropping in August. It doesn't seem like there's too much information yet, not a lot of like official information and retailer images, but that was the rumored date, so I'm going to shove it in this list. And this is one of the best Foamposite colorways I think ever. It just works. It's so sleek. The kind of black upper, as a black sneaker lover, I absolutely love. Get the translucent outsole like most Foamposites, and it just looks, yeah, something about it just really works. With the Galaxies dropping this year, and then the Cough Drop, as well as the Pearls that are dropping at the end of the year, it has been a pretty damn good year for the Foamposites. And at number 4, it is the Jordan 40 Blue Suede that is dropping on August 20 for $205. This is absolutely, without a doubt, just one of the best Jordan shoes that have dropped in recent memory. Just looks very simple, very clean, very sleek. I think it works well as a casual shoe too. And this colorway that's been announced, it's the best one in my opinion that has come out so far. I love this kind of UNC powder blue suede on the upper, and the tech specs of the Jordan 40 looks pretty good as well. So it's the first time Nike or Jordan brand has put full-length Zoom X with full-length Zoom Strobel, which means the cushioning is directly underfoot, so you get as much responsiveness as possible. And Zoom X, if you didn't know, it is Nike and Jordan brand's most responsive, lightest type of cushioning they've ever come up with. So obviously, they're going to save the best for the 40th year anniversary of Jordan. And the silhouette also pays homage to a few different Jordans, with the Jordan 5 tongue, with the Jordan 12 kind of Jumpman that extends onto the toe box. I'm personally not a huge fan of that. The traction is all like 40-degree angles, further playing into the silhouette, which I really love. So yeah, it really brings the past into the future. And at number 3, it is the Jordan 10 Steel that is dropping on August 2nd for $205. I've already reviewed this shoe, so if you want to know more details, check out that video. And the Steel is an OG colorway. This version is actually the closest to the 1994 OG version that we've seen. So it's come back in 2005 as well as 2015. But this time it's coming with the original powder blue Jumpman on the outsole, as well as the powder blue insole. So in the previous retro, it had the red Jumpman and the red insole, and the 2025 version also comes with a toe cap, which Michael Jordan actually wanted removed on the Jordan 10s, but in 1994, some shoes still made it out with that toe cap. So this 2025 version is actually going all the way back to the very, very original one. It does come with a box that didn't appear in the 1994 version. So back then it came with like a slim Jordan box. This time it comes with the first retro box. So not a retro of the Jordan 10 steel, but the first box that people got when they got retro like 1s, 2s, 3s, I believe it was in 1994. And on the outsole, you'll see a bunch of Michael Jordan's accomplishments. Remember, the Jordan 10s did come out when he was retired for the first time. And at the time, we didn't know if he was going to come back. We thought it was final, that his accomplishments would end right there. But of course, you can make like 5 other outsoles with all of his accomplishments that he would eventually reach. But that outsole is still one of a kind. Love the Jordan 10 steel. And then number 2, it is the Jordan 4 Undefeated that is dropping on August 2nd for $225. Now this could have been number 1, but I think in a vacuum, just looking at it without all the context and historical context of the shoe, I think I like number 1 better, but you have to add in the historical significance of this shoe, this colorway in particular, and that really propels the shoe. So originally this shoe first came out in 2005, and it was the first time that Jordan Brand actually collaborated with a sneaker boutique, Undefeated of course, and this colorway was inspired by the military. So this olive green with orange. Olive is one of my favorite colors ever, with the Velcro patch that is inspired by the Velcro that you see on military jackets. And under the patch, you will see Jordan Rare Air, and originally of course it had the Jumpman on the back because they weren't actually allowed to put Nike Air. But this time, they wanted to differentiate this version versus the very rare 72 original pairs of this shoe, so they switched it to Nike Air. So if you did spend a lot of money in 2005, you can still say that you have a more special shoe. But this colorway, just in vacuum by itself, I think is really, really nice. Obviously, it's kind of similar to the Jordan 4 Craft Olive that we saw a few years ago, but when you add in how significant this colorway was, and still is, and just the history behind it, you can't ignore it. That's so much of like fandom, of like hobbies in general, not just sneakers. The context of when a shoe released absolutely adds to how important it is in sneaker history. And considering that this was the first time ever that Jordan Brand was open to collaborating with a sneaker boutique, which created a crazy trend that still continues to this day, how can you say no? Because I cannot. And at number 1, it is the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 1 Low OG, Better With Time, that releases, I have no idea. I don't know if this is gonna release in August, but that was the early rumors, so I'm gonna shove it in this list. I wouldn't be surprised if this got pushed back, but as a black sneaker lover, and as someone that was very impressed with the Jordan 4 Brick by Brick, I'm looking forward to this. This shoe looks great. It looks really, really nice, super wearable as well. It does have one feature that I don't love, but I absolutely understand from a storytelling perspective. So you'll see like purposefully scuffed marks on the shoe that obviously plays into the fact that Nigel himself is a BMX athlete. But in a vacuum, I don't love that feature. I just kind of wished it was just clean, smooth, new leather. The collar has the words Jordan Biking Co. established 2017. And you will see Bike Air on the tag on the tongue. The Bike Air exists on the insoles as well as kind of vintage, worn looking outsoles. If he knocks it out of the park again with this shoe, he might be the most important like entertainer, artist that Nike or Jordan Brand is collaborating with currently. For a long time, it's been Travis Scott. He might still hold that mantle, but with the Brick by Brick and then this, oh, he's coming for that crown because this is Michelin star rated delicious. So that's it. Thanks for watching Sole Inclined. Let me know what shoes that I missed, what shoes you think are absolute must-haves, what shoes are just absolute trash. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes